Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. We are out here in nature, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. How to be insanely creative. You got to be a Pisces or an Aquarius. You got to have lots of money and you got to live in Beverly Hills. If you don't have those things, I can't help you. Are you one of those people who have a lot of creative ideas, you just never get around to doing any of them? Maybe you want to make a video, write a blog, but you're still eating popcorn? Don't worry about it. Can I get a hello there? So that's the question that came in. How can I be more creative? How can I be a content creator and live in abundance? You see, a lot of us, we make a whole lot of excuses. I don't have this, I don't have that. But what do you have? So once you start focusing on what you actually have, you start becoming insanely creative. Question for you. What's that? Yesterday? Can you remember yesterday? Good. How much content did you produce yesterday? Give me a rough figure. Talk to me. Let me know. Compared to how much content you consumed, right? Let's see. And I guarantee you probably consumed about 5 hours of information, but how much did you produce? Maybe an hour? Get out of here. If you're lucky, 20 minutes, right? Or 10 minutes. So to become insanely creative, you've got to start becoming a producer. What's helped me along my journey is percentages, right? If you are producing 80% of content and consuming 20%, you're an alien. If you are producing 50% and consuming 50%, you're still an alien. But if you are consuming 100% of content all the time, you're on Facebook scratching your nuts, watching TV, eating popcorn, we got a whole lot to talk about. Can I get a hello there? That was me along my early journey, right? I didn't just wake up and become super creative. I had to start realizing I had to be a producer. Look, you have just spent 3 hours on Facebook. Just imagine if you spent 10 minutes, okay, let's go with 5 minutes just producing some content that's gonna give you so much back in return. You see, we mustn't be afraid of being called crazy, weird, strange, because those are all the geniuses anyway. And if you want to become super insanely creative, you got to be really crazy to start with. You got to be really strange, very weird, but trust me, you'll be smiling in the end. So ask yourself every single day, how much am I producing compared to consuming? Now, it's not bad to consume information, but you got to ask yourself, how is this information helping me? She's twerking. Yeah, it's really fun right now, but how is it helping me along my journey? Right? A lot of us, we watch so many videos, music videos. I love to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Yeah, I'm entertained, all right. But how is it helping you become your greatest version? Look, I say if you are producing 20% and consuming 80% of information, which is helping you along your journey, you're doing just fine. You're doing amazing. Clap for yourself. Can I get a hello there? But it's a whole different story because we're not doing that. No. We're eating popcorn. With so many distractions around us, we feel lazy afterwards. We are spectators. No, we are in the waiting room. Don't live your life in the waiting room. Don't live your life in the waiting room. Why? Because you never get to see the doctor. Duh. Now, who needs a doctor anyway? Sarah Laza of the Harvard Medical School. Okay? Meditation. She found that after 8 weeks of meditation, do you know what happened to people? Their brain, yes, their brain, actually started to change. Right? What happened? Increased thickness in cortical areas. Right? What does that mean? It means their emotional side, higher levels of brain processing, improved concentration, and she also found a decrease in the gray matter of the amygdala, which is associated with stress, anxiety. So basically, in simple terms, if you meditate, you are going to be insanely creative. As simple as that. Why? Because you are moving into the alpha brainwave state. There's a reason why I make videos in nature. Why? Because I'm in the alpha brainwave state. Breathing in that beautiful prana, baby. We got the birds singing. It's like I'm on holiday. Feels fantastic. Right? I'm listening to soothing music first thing in the morning to be very relaxed. You see, look at it like this. If you want to be super creative, you got to be very calm. A lot of us, we are running around like cockroaches on steroids. Therefore, we can never be truly creative because we haven't got enough balance. So ask yourself, what am I doing every single day to become more grounded, to become more calm, to breathe in that good ass prana? And then start seeing how ideas start flying out of you, right? Literally flying out of you. Yeah, it's really fun. Okay, now the second area you got to look at is, you see, we are all born artists, but a lot of us, we lose our paintbrush at about 5 years old. Where did it go? Nobody knows. You got to start looking for that paintbrush, which is your originality. But wait a minute, Ralph. There is nothing new under the sun. And I get that. You are right. That's why you gotta remix it. You gotta become a DJ because, yes, practically everything has been done before, okay? But it hasn't been done quite like you. It's never what you say, it's the energy behind that matters, right? A lot of people don't even listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. It's the energy, right? So tap into your energy to become insanely creative and also be an alien. Find your brush. Go back to your old, early childhood photos and start seeing what you were doing. Because in that moment, you had a super creative spark, right? But a lot of us, we don't even have time to be creative. But wait a minute. We've got a lot of time to consume stuff, right? So find that paintbrush, get a blank canvas, and start going like that. Have a lot of fun, baby. Okay? Now, the third step you got to look at is that insanely creative people always place value on what they create. I'm not just talking about being an artist and drawing. I'm talking about being an entrepreneur. I'm talking about if you have a food business, right? If you are working in a gym, you can be creative in any way, shape, or form. But you got to place value on your ideas, because true wealth is not in money. It is in the ideas you can share with the world. And once you do that, you are going to live in supreme abundance. In nature, basically, right? Move out of your office right now. Okay, so place value. Look at your work like a masterpiece. Let me say that again. Look at all your work as a masterpiece. The fourth step is that if you are afraid to be wrong, forget about it. You can never, ever be creative, right? Because there are no mistakes in becoming your greatest version, right? When you are thriving, you leave the bloopers in. If you want to be more creative, you leave the so-called mistakes in. Why? Because that adds another element of artwork to the piece. Can I get a hello there? We're having a great time today. But no, you want to be perfect. You want to get it all right. You want to start quoting other people. You want to start using references to show how smart you are. So you get stuck in your mind instead of moving into your heart space and allowing the creative flow. To move in the flow state, you got to realize there are no mistakes. If you are doing something, clap for yourself, baby, because at least you are doing something, right? You are making a contribution, and that in itself is a creative process. Look, you got these music reality shows, and sometimes it's not the one that can sing the best that gets far, it's the one that believes in themselves that goes the farthest. So start believing in yourself, right? Say, I can do it. I can do it. And then make other people say it as well. So your ego can grow really, 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 really big. And you will say, I can do it. And then you don't do it. It usually happens that way. Just kidding. Okay. And the fifth step is to realize, I said a long time ago, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is who had the most fun. Okay? And that's how it is with creativity. If you're not having fun, why the hell are you doing it? I wouldn't do it, once again, if I didn't love it. So make sure you are actually enjoying the creative process. You are enjoying the creative process of what you are creating. Look, if you are falling asleep when you're creating something, chances are you shouldn't be doing that. And you see, a lot of us, we get stuck in comparing ourselves to other people. Don't try and emulate someone, because you're only going to be a cheap copy. Be original. Embrace yourself. Own your weirdness. And trust me, you are going to be insanely creative. You're going to be so creative. Wait for it. You are going to be able to create out of thin air. You don't need a $3,000 camera. No. You just need a $50 webcam, and trust me, you are going to shine bright like a diamond. And that's it, baby. Breathing in that good-ass prana. Have a beautiful day. We're out here. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace.